Thank you so much. And one of the things I was thinking when I saw what's next is it's the perfect theme for a TEDx event, because many TEDsters are very successful people, and successful people are always looking ahead in life and asking what's next. How do I know? Because I spent 10 years interviewing hundreds of successful people. And one of the things they kept saying over and over again was, always look ahead. Liz Dolan, who was head of marketing for Nike and now the Oprah Winfrey Network, said to me, I'm always looking ahead down the road trying to figure out the next 2 or 3 moves. Anticipating what's next is a great skill to develop. And when she said looking ahead down the road, I thought, if successful people were cars, they'd have huge windshields that enable them to look ahead. And sometimes it's just minutes ahead. Famous product designer Karim Rashid says, I think we should always be looking 15 minutes ahead. Surgeon Douglas Dorner says surgery is all about looking ahead to your next move and planning your way out of the next predicament. Some people look weeks ahead to the next project deadline or next chapter of the book they've got to write. E.L. Doctorow, the great novelist, said writing is like driving at night in the fog. You can only see as far as your headlights, but you can make the whole trip that way. Some successful people look years ahead or decades. Warren Buffett says someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. And then there are those who actually look all the way to the end of the road. Like the man who was asked, why are you a Christian? He said, 2 words, insurance policy. Now, successful people with cars, they'd also have very small rear view mirrors because they never look back. Moses Neimer, who is here today, when he was president of City TV, said to me, I don't have much of a going back memory. And Frank Lloyd Wright, the great architect, actually had the rear window of his car covered over because he said, I never look behind. Steve Sclair has been an expert in 3D cinema and TV for years, and now finally it's happening. And he said to me, I never look back, and people get really upset. They say, what do you mean you don't know the whole history of 3D cinema? I say, I don't care about the past. It won't take me to where I'm going. And there's a lot of reasons not to look back. One is, the past can't be changed, it's done. 2 is what works yesterday won't work today or tomorrow. And our minds actually alter the past. It's like the rear view mirror in our minds is this big distortion mirror that makes the past events look either better or worse than they actually were. Like when my wife and I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa a few years ago. I was freezing to death. I couldn't breathe because of the lack of oxygen. I got altitude sickness and basically puked my way to the top of the mountain. I had a miserable time. I said, gee, you know, I'm never going to do that again. Then a few years later, we were sitting around reminiscing, and the backward-looking part of my brain said, gee, that was so much fun, let's do it again. And we climbed an even higher mountain, and I was even more miserable. This is also the reason that this is also the part of our brain that's responsible for having more than one child. Beatle Ringo Starr once said, you either kiss the future or the past goodbye. So as you're cruising along on the road to success, make sure you have a very small rear view mirror that doesn't let you look back, and a huge windshield that lets you keep looking ahead in life and asking, what's next? Thank you very much.